Hello there, love, left me forever audience and supporters, and those who don't support. When I say support, I'm not talking about financially, but just as far as supporting me as far as emotionally or belief wise. I didn't do very good with that introduction. So anyhow, I told you I was going to get back and talk about what happened yesterday when the police came. Most of you all saw that video. You heard the knock on the door, and then I had to deal with them for a few minutes. I've been having some difficulties with my video settings on my camera. For some reason, I seem like I can't do a video longer than 28 minutes. It's long past time I learned some new skills and get some software. I don't use any kind of software. But for now, I'm going to have to deal with the simplicity of what I've gotten using this Zoom Q8 video camera that does well. And some others have complained about the sound. I can't remember the username, but said he couldn't hear me very well. So if anybody else can't hear me, let me know in the comments. It sounds fine when I listen to myself on my desktop or on the smartphone. So during the video, of course, the police came to the door, and I want to show you something before I go on. This is a blood pressure monitor. This is my blood pressure reading this morning when I got up 12, 13 hours after they left. Okay, that was my blood pressure. And this was my blood pressure yesterday evening around 9 o'clock after they had left. I didn't exercise yesterday. I haven't checked my blood pressure right this very second, but I might do it here in a minute. In fact, I'll go ahead and get this thing set up and do it later. Hopefully you can see. I take blood pressure medication. That's the only medication I take. But we'll take my blood pressure later on. In fact, let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Then I'll tell you my story. Because I'm still nervous and I'm still traumatized. So we'll check my blood pressure right now. I'm not going to like it because I'm still nervous. And for good reason. And we'll talk more about it here. So let's see what my blood pressure is now. So I wasn't expecting them to come. The police, I haven't done anything other than put these videos out, and I'm talking on Facebook a lot. And it don't surprise me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shocked. As some of you know, 3 years ago, here's my blood pressure now, and it's still not good. So this is not healthy. It will eventually go down. I exercised earlier. I exercised for an hour, and I got to go out for a walk later. So that's what I'm dealing with. A lot of anxiety. So the reason the police came to my door is from what they told me, and they were wanting to get out of there as quick as they can. As soon as they knocked on the door and I let them in, I said, "Is there a problem?" They said, "No, we're just doing a wellness check." And the first thing he said, "Can we please come in? It's freezing out here, and it's cold up here right now. It's in the 34 degrees, and it was 28 yesterday when they were here." So I let them in gladly. There's 4 of them, and they were all friendly. They were younger guys. I was not expecting it. The police department in Chattanooga does not have a good reputation. So there they were. Of course, I was relieved to hear it was a wellness check. Okay, it's definitely better than being arrested, but I don't know what I'll be arrested for. But the bottom line is, they said somebody down in Florida called. And I said, "Can you tell me?" She said, "No, we don't have that information. Somebody called something about an article you had on Facebook where you talked about Thomas Crook, the would-be assassin who tried to kill President Trump last July." So I want to read that to you. I should have had it pulled up. It wasn't very long. I wasn't even talking about. So somebody down there said they got concerned when they read this post about Thomas Crook, the would-be assassin. And I'll get it pulled up here in a second. I should have had it pulled up. Like I said, I don't want to go over 20 minutes or 25 minutes. Well, come on. Here we just about there, I believe. I'm scrolling on my other computer, on my computer. For some reason, I am just missing it. Bear with me. Here we go. Out here, I found it. I'm going to turn this camera around just a minute. Maybe you can see it. I put an article there on Facebook. I got a lot of views and comments from people. So basically what I said, this is what the person down in Florida read. I said, think of the blatant irony of it all. Both of Thomas Crooks' parents, their parents was Matthew Brian Crooks and Mary Crooks. Okay, that was his parents. Both of his parents are certified mental health experts. I did research on this. It could be all a lie, but research said his father is the sole proprietor of a mental health clinic in Pennsylvania and an annual revenue of $149 million. It is reported that both his parents earned about $310,000 in annual income. So I said the past 3 mass shooters, making it 4 if you can include Thomas Crooks, they were all under the care of a mental health professional. And many more, if not all the other mass shooting suspects, had been or currently receiving treatment. Yet no one holds these individuals accountable. And this is where I kind of messed up. I meant to say no one holds the parents and the therapist accountable. I should have said, but still, so think about it. I said, 2 parents who are certified mental health experts. They raised their child who becomes so mentally disturbed that he nearly assaulted a former president and killed one person, a firefighter, and wounded others. Yet these 2 people go to work, earn a living, and counsel others and get paid. Then I wrote down, children raised in an environment of love don't grow up with a wish and motivation to kill and harm others. So that is what the police officer said. I said, did y'all read the article? I said, no, we hadn't read it. I said, you can read it right now. I said, no, we don't have to read it. They wanted to get out of there. This is the third, 3 years ago, I had police officers come to my door on a wellness check when I lost my job, the job where I had the restraining order. But I'm not going to talk about that today. So that's what they came here for. They claimed that they don't have any knowledge of that article. This article has no threats. I was talking about the parents. I was criticizing them for being such sorry parents that you would raise your own child and he grows up to become a assassin, a would-be assassin. So the officers even started talking and said, hey, you play guitar? They saw my guitar on the stand over there. And I said, yeah. What kind of guitar? One of them said, I said, I got a Taylor. Man, that's a nice guitar. I said, you play? He said, yeah. And I just jumped up and ran over there and grabbed my guitar. And I sat down facing them, started strumming a song from the 70s. And the police officer said, whoa. He says, you're on a whole another level than me. So that was a compliment. He said, I'm a whole different level. So that broke the ice, I guess, a little bit. I guess you're not going to hear too many stories of the police come to their door on a wellness check and you end up playing them, serenading the cops with a song. Well, I'm not your conventional person. So that's basically what has happened is they came to the door. I don't know who this person is. I've contacted the police department for them to call me back. If I don't hear from them today, I'm going to drive to the police department, which is about 20 minutes, tomorrow and try to get a report and find out if I can, all the details. I want to know exactly what was said. Now I got a 99% chance who called. I know this woman since for 55, 60 years. Grew up with her since the 6th and 7th grade down in Florida. And her life sucks big time. The last time I saw her, she weighed over 400 pounds. Her husband was abusing her. He was an ex-cop. And, she got married when she was 15 years old in high school, and that guy abused her. So she is about the last person. The person that she needs to call a 911 on is herself. Her fucking life is a tragedy. So I won't name her name, but I'm certain that's probably who it is. And they're trying to stir up shit. They're trying to stir up. They're hoping the cop will somehow get involved. and it would stop me from coming to the reunion. So instead of having the balls just to send me a message and say, hey, we don't feel safe for you here, whatever reason, just please don't come. They don't have the guts to do that. Now, I could be very wrong. It might have been just somebody from my past that saw it, my videos talking about when I was in Florida a couple of weeks ago, and they got concerned, and they really did call. But no, the reason I can't accept that, the reason I can't accept they were calling for my well-being is because of that article I just showed you. Okay, Thomas Crook. So they're associating me with me having that possible behavior, and they don't want me. They can't do anything to legally stop me from coming to the reunion. But why? Why in the hell would I want to go where nobody wants me? I'm not that stupid. So that's what I believe has happened. I'm going to stay positive this year. I mean, a lot of you say, well, he's going to go back to the old self again. No, I'm not going back to that self. I'm still on that high from that encounter, with the sex encounter with that woman in the in Ackworth, Georgia, last Monday, a week ago. And I'm not going to go back to that level I was. I'm going to reopen my videos. I keep saying it. I'm still doing it slowly. I want y'all to see the new people where I've come from. Okay, but I'm still scared. I've got PTSD that goes back years from all the times I've dealt with. I know what I was going to tell you. Since 1983, I started thinking, how many times have I stood in front of police officers in regards to having mental health problems? How many times have they come to a house or apartment or a mobile home or work? One time, they came to work that one time I told you about in other videos. How many times have I, in my life since 1983, so we're looking at 42 years, and this is the honest truth, 20 to 25 times I have stood toe-to-toe and had cops in my apartment or where I dwelled. And out of those 25 times, 3 times I went with them. They took me with them for, to get help, which I didn't get, of course. So the last time was a long time ago. 97 was the last time that I actually was forced to go with him. But you never gets old. I mean, when you see these people come to the door, and cops are killing people every day, right and left, unarmed people. I think I read a couple of months ago they've already killed 700-800 people this year just in the United States, unarmed. But I can honestly say that all the encounters I have had, they were all positive. As far they talked to me, they laughed, they didn't get upset with me. One of them took me to the ground. The first encounter took me to the ground in '83 because I was combative. But that was 1983, a long time ago. I was 25. 25, yeah. So, but I've never displayed any aggressive behavior other than the first time. The people that get killed are these people that they have a knife or a fork, scissors, or worse, a gun. And don't get me wrong, there's many of them that have been shot and killed that didn't have a thing in their hand. So when you call police for any reason, wellness check, they're not calling to check on you. They're calling because they don't want you to go out and hurt somebody. But I'm not going to put these guys down. They were younger cops probably. They were nice. I think they were all white. I'm trying to remember. Not that it matters. But it's embarrassing. I live in this nice apartment complex, and so people are going to talk, which let them talk. Police hardly ever come here. Once every 6 months, I might see a police car, and I've already got 2 police visits here to my credit in the last 3 years. So what has happened? My class reunion was supposed to have been in October the 17th, I think, of last year, 2024, and a hurricane, I think it was Hurricane Milton. That very same weekend of all the time, I had everything ready to go. Hurricane Milton came through Florida, and I'm up here in Tennessee, 600 miles away. and it came right through the county that I lived, the same town where I lived, and of course the reunion was canceled for good reason. They were out of power for 2 weeks down there, a lot of them, and longer. So they rescheduled it, and now it's March the 22nd, and I've already paid for it, which is not much. And they have these meetings. They meet at a restaurant down there in Florida, and they had this message they put on Facebook, and the woman said, or the person I told you about that I think made the phone call, we got to have an emergency meeting this Thursday. I don't know why this Thursday. We just got to get together. I can't tell you what it's about. Can't tell you what it's about. It's an emergency meeting. Please, all who can attend, show up and I'll tell you what it's about. Well, I'm what it's about. That's what I believe. I mean, I'm welcome to hear what y'all have to say about it. As long as you're not abusive, because I'm getting a lot of comments that I can't keep up with now. I mean, and you saw my blood pressure. I've got to keep that in mind. Look, I'm in good shape. You look. I don't even tell I lost weight. But cops in my house is bad shit. All right, and it is nothing. It ain't nothing to scoff about, and it's scary. So that's what is going on down there, in my opinion. They're having a meeting this Thursday at a restaurant, and luckily I got a couple of people, and they're women that have reached out to me from down there that I went to school with. One of them I went to school with, and one I never knew. And they're they're supporting me. I talked to one last night for an hour, and they're on my side, and they said if they say that you're banned, we're going to get our money back, and we're not going. And I've lost 3 Facebook friends, which that's only had 275 Facebook friends. I've lost 3 in the last week, and I'm sure it has to do with my videos. But the point is they're going to have this meeting, and I can't see that they're not going to post it because obviously I can see it. But what they don't know, or what this woman doesn't know, is I got at least these 2 women that are keeping me informed and supporting me, emotionally. When I had the sexual experience on December the 30th, this one woman, her name's Kathy, she reached out to me on Facebook and said, "Congratulations, I'm so happy for you." I mean, it's like she happened to wake up at about midnight when I was making the Facebook Live and saw that, and she was happy for me that I met the woman. And so I trust this woman now. She has a relationship. She lives down in Florida. But she's been very supportive of me. And like I said, I've been having video problems. It seems like one of my left channels or right channel, they're not even. I don't know what's exactly going on. But one of my goals this year is to learn software, get some software, Adobe or something. I don't know. I used to watch Alan Roger Curry's videos, and he could insert pictures and put them dog faces in there and stuff. And but making this, I look at my bullet list today. I'm 18 minutes right now, and I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to send. I still haven't sent that fleeing profile that I was going to tell you about. And if I do send it, I'm going to take out the words. Now, yesterday one guy was, I think he deleted his comments. He was coming on there telling me real men don't bash women. Real men protect women. And he had been quoting Bible scripture. I don't know where he is now. I think he's got off, and he made some implied threats to me, like he was not a person I wanted to mess with. And we're not in this world to protect women. We're here to protect ourselves first. We can't protect anybody unless we take care of ourselves. I'm not a woman's keeper. Okay, women who, if you want to be protected, you got to earn that protection by the way you treat us or treat me. I'm not obligated to protect you. There's nobody protecting us or protecting me as a man. So he was bashing me about that, saying that real men protect women. He hasn't had the experiences I've had with women. That have led me to feel the way I feel. Now, that's somebody that they're doing construction outside in the hallway. But I'm gonna hang this up so this thing don't get cut off again. I got to figure out why. I used to make 38-minute videos, so I have a lot more I want to say. But as far as that, I want to send that Mode 1 message that I sent. And there is one thing I feel bad. There was one woman that left that comment. She said I was bringing Facebook down to a new low by talking about my personal life, and I said she was jealous because, it wasn't my face between her legs. And, I was pretty. That was not. I'll be honest with you. I feel bad about that. If she hears it, I apologize. I probably need to go back in there and change that comment or delete it. I mean, I was angry when she wrote it. So I have feelings. That was not appropriate for me to say that. But when when I feel criticized, I'm going to attack back. So that's one that I'm wrong on. And there's others. There's other people. I've got to quit this defensive behavior. So let me go ahead and go, and I'm going to hopefully send you the draft of that fleeing profile and get rid of the really coarse stuff, so you can see what people in that are reading. These girls or women are reading. So y'all have a good day. I might be back on here tonight. I'm sure I'm going to forget something I'm to say here in a moment. But the thing is, I want y'all to know I'm in a great deal of fear about this right now. Anxiety, but I got to stay up. I got to keep going. I'm not going to go back to that person. And keep being patient with me. Eventually, the old videos, 80 or 90 of them, will come back. Good evening or good day.